Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gamer Grudge X.
Hello, everybody. I don't know where. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gamer Grudge. How's it going? I'm your host, Mac. I'm their host with the most, and we're here to do Gamer Grudge, the gamer debate show that's scraping the internet. Make sure. So, I don't know. Hello. How's it going? So, we're here, people. We're here to debate some video games. But before we start, gotta introduce ourselves. I'm Mac. And joining me as my co-host as always, Miss Mist.
Nice to know we started, because normally you give us a warning before we start. But hi, everybody.
My bad. Yeah. Sorry. I guess the key in is hello, welcome to Gamer Grudge. But that's my fault.
But normally you say, hey, I'm going to start in like 3 seconds.
This is the part where Franny says, good job, Mac. And she's probably up here laughing her ass off. Anyway, before we start, people, we can't do the show without fighters or victims. So let's go ahead and introduce our victims, people. Next, we have 2 people that fought hard to get to semifinals. One of them beat me, where I really didn't give a damn about winning or losing.
And I beat both of them.
I don't give a single fuck.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the audience.
I don't give a fuck.
It's not about you, Matt.
I know it's not about me, but fuck.
I beat you too.
I wish it was.
And also, I beat you more than once.
Fuck you. Anyway, guys, hello. Let's get back to the fighters. All right, cool. All right, so now we have somebody. We have Bryce. How's it go, Bryce?
What's happening, Twitch world, YouTube world? What's happening? Just here to whoop that ass.
Alright. Whoop that ass! Whoop that ass! Okay. Alright. Alright, so we have Bryce, and next, a lot of people in this chat know her. They know her. They love her. The one and only. This is Ghost.
What's up, my guys? Hello. I am Ghost. I am here. I am queer, and I'm ready to win.
Alright, cool. Alright, with that said, people, we cannot start the show without the rules. So, let me go ahead and get these semifinals rules up. Starting now.
So real quick, whoever wins this one goes against Loveless, right?
Is that right?
Yes.
Loveless with a capital L. That's right.
What the heck did you do? Oh my gosh.
No source code.
The monkey's raw? Is that what that says? Oh, paw. That's a P? That's like an R.
Who's that? Who was that talking?
Alright, here are the rules. The rules are there are 4 questions per round. The person with the point is awarded to the person with the best argument, not the best answer. If it was the best answer, then this wouldn't be a fair matchup. The fighter with the most points will win the entire fight. But if there is a tie, we will move to a PvP round. There are 5 phases in Gamer Grudge. First phase is the introduction phase, where you just state your answer. That's all. There's no answers, no nothing. Just give us your answer and move on. Phase 2 is the declaration round. This is where you argue your points for your answer. This is not attacking nobody else's answers. You are simply giving us your reasoning for your answer. And you get 3 minutes to do this. Phase 3 is the grudge round. This is where you tear down the argument, but keep it above the belt. But, this is where you literally just tear down the person's argument. Tell them that their answer is strictly bullshit. Phase 4 is the last minute question round, where we give you a last minute question, basically either to give you a rebuttal or we have a question set up for you. 9 times out of 10, we're probably going to give you a rebuttal, but we try, people here at Gamer Grudge. And phase 5 is cleanup and fact checking and the verdict of the round. Alright, so those are the rules, people. Hope you enjoyed them. I believe in you. Okay, cool. Glad you believe. We glad. I don't know if Bryce, I don't think that's for you.
I don't think Jonathan's saying it to you.
Yeah, I think he said fuck you, Bryce.
Rude.
Hey.
Fine.
That is not what Jonathan said. Jonathan's a lovely person.
He probably is. He gave a thumbs up. So he said, yay. Yeah, he gave the thumbs up. I was hoping he gives the middle finger, but anyway. Guys. Guys. So I don't feel like playing a montage because I fucked up. Is that good? Huh? So let's go ahead and get this show started. So we're gonna go to question numero uno. Let me go ahead and get the questions. Where are they? Damn. Oh, there you are. Question 1. I'm going to read it. Question 1. So, we had what is the best ending on the last episode of Gamer Grudge. We want to know what is the worst ending to a video game. I'm going to start with Ghost, and then we're going to go with Bryce. Give me a second. All right.
Mac.
Thank you very much. All right, so Ghost, what is your answer?
My answer is Super Mario Brothers 2.
Great.
Womp, 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 womp.
Womp, 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 womp. All right, Bryce, what is your answer?
Mass Effect 3.
Great. I could not find. Couldn't find the ending, but I got something. I got something close. Yeah. Trill will probably have a fit about this, but because how much he loves that game, like life itself. I don't know why.
Hey, Mass Effect is a good game.
It's a good game. It's a good game. All right. So, Ghost, you have the floor. Mist, you have the clock. Tell her when she can go.
Oh, I almost hit the wrong button. And go.
Okay, so Super Mario, the whole franchise is great. Super Mario Brothers 2 is a stain on the franchise because you go through this game, it's not like any of the other Mario games. The whole thing is designed in such a way that it's incredibly more difficult than the other ones. And then you get to the end, and it's all just a dream. And that's the most overused trope that I've ever had the displeasure of experiencing in my video games. If you can't just explain everything away with it's just a dream, it's insulting to the audience, it's insulting to the developers, it's insulting to everybody because you've taken this whole thing that you've created, this whole world and this whole narrative, and you're telling me that none of it matters and it's all just like completely fake and not real. And so it's embarrassing, frankly, for a a franchise of that caliber with a B. It's incredibly frustrating for that to be the ending when the game itself wasn't actually terrible. It just by no means was it a real Mario game. And I'm going to concede the rest of my time because I don't have a lot more to say about that.
Hey, you had a minute 30.
Yeah, I don't have a minute 30 left to fill.
All right.
I don't have a minute 30 of information.
I mean, you could have filled it with
Yeah, let me just do the whole song a cappella right now.
That wasn't even the damn music. That's the music from Mario 2.
Yeah, I know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. All right, Bryce, you're next. Miss, tell them when to go.
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Go.
Excuse me. Mass Effect 3. Why it's the worst ending in video games. Well, if you played Mass Effect, any of the series, this isn't really just an ending to Mass Effect 3. It's the ending to the entire series of 1, 2, and 3, which left a lot of people disappointed, just because throughout the game you are building so many decisions, and they're telling you that all your decisions matter and affect different outcomes throughout the game, like we see in a lot of RPGs today. This was kind of the earlier days of that whole sort of twist in the genre. So it was really new and fascinating to a lot of hooked a lot of people because of all that dialogue and decision making and going, good or evil or neutral in that sense. But having so much choice throughout every dialogue session, a lot of people put a lot of time into it and were expecting a lot more out of the ending. It's just pretty much, every choice felt meaningful, and the ending kind of stripped that away and funneling players into just 3 very similar outcomes, nearly identical outcomes, regardless of what you chose, good, evil, or neutral. It didn't really fill the thirst that people had for, what they expected the ending to be like. So fan investment turned sour. There's dozens of hours that go into this game and building relationships and shaping galactic politics and making moral calls. And the ending just really didn't touch on any of that. And it just left a lot of people feeling cheated. It was so bad, in fact, that players made it known online and they released, BioWare ended up coming out with an extended cut ending to try to smooth it over a little bit, but really ended up doing nothing to redeem players. It was just kind of a quick patch at within the last month or so that it came out. It just the final moments clashed with the emotional and tactical stakes that built up throughout the entire trilogy, and none of that really, felt concluded or included in the final moments. And just the huge letdown and expectations that people had were, the major factors of why it's the worst ending. The end. Ink.
Okay, you had 5 seconds, and
That's it.
yes.
All right.
Honestly, I don't know if you guys can actually hear when my alarm goes off.
Nah, we can't
I
hear
did
it.
not.
No, we can't.
No, we
Okay.
can't. All right. So guys, I'm not changing any mode. I'm just gonna mute my mic. Miss is gonna have the time. You have that allotted time to argue. You may rip, do whatever you had to do to win the argument, as long as you keep it above the belt. That's all we ask. But we want to see.
You're right. I want to see titties.
What she said.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna mute my mic. Just tell them when to go.
All right. Remember, titties, titties, titties. Go.
So with Mario, I actually like Mario 2 a lot more than most people do, and the ending, I don't know, maybe I'm simple. I always am caught off guard or surprised by dream endings. But I like it because it let them be more creative and didn't keep them confined to what Mario should be. And that's what I liked about, having it be a dream enabled
No,
them
and I
to
I
kind
get
of
that. I
be
can I
more
can completely
artistically open.
understand. Yeah, I can completely understand where you're coming from on that, but I feel like it's insulting to the player when you go through this big emotional journey, and not that Mario is a very deeply emotional game, but you go through this whole big journey and there's nothing at the end. Like you don't get the princess, you don't get the satisfaction of saving the Mushroom Kingdom. It's just all a dream and it's all nothing and nothing that you did actually matters. And it's just
Right.
a
And
very
that's what's,
insulting.
and that's similar with Mass Effect, but the decision making and everything involved in the Mass Effect series was a lot more time invested and a lot more depth to everything. And that's why I feel like Mass Effect was a bigger vacuum of shit endings than Mario 2. Um, Mario 2, when it came out, I guess maybe the dream trope hadn't been so popularized yet because I mean it was like the mid '80s. But
I mean, I feel like the mid 80s was kind of the height of the everything's a dream epidemic that we had going on. And the fact that it wasn't even really a Mario game, it was a port of a different game. It shouldn't have had the Mario name on it at all. The whole game is a disgrace, but the ending really puts the icing on the cake for
I
me,
really loved Mario
personally.
2 though, just because you could play as someone other than Mario and Luigi. You had the princess and Mushroom. I mean, I played the princess all the time. You could just float around. It was awesome. I kind of like I don't know, just it had iconic music again. I mean, it had that classic Mario influence where even Mac and them, they were
And
recognizing
I
different
would argue
music.
that
And
having all the classic Mario tropes makes it even more insulting because now it's not the same game. And I feel like for me personally, I want some kind of like reward at the end. I don't want everything to have been for nothing. I want to save the princess. I want to defeat the bad guy. I don't want to be living in my dreams. I can do that at home in my bed.
I like that it's a kind of a surreal twist that it's not what you would expect from Mario game. And like I said, there's not much emotional investment loss like there is in Mass Effect. Mario games aren't really built up on deep seas and player choice and
But
so for
I
them
would
for you to
also
look for a great ending out of a Mario game is it's not
But I would
you
also say
shouldn't
to
be
you, as
surprised.
I'm
It's
someone
not
who's
going to
more
be
of a
great.
casual gamer, so I enjoy a lot of the Mario games. I enjoy a lot of these slower paced games, and
Yeah,
I don't think that I should have a diminished value of gameplay simply because I prefer to play casual games over something more lore heavy like Mass Effect. And I feel like saying that there's not emotional investment in the Mario game, so it's not as big a deal, is diminishing to the audience of casual gamers who do enjoy and do get emotionally invested in these characters and their stories. And while it may not be as obviously emotionally invested as Mass Effect, there still is that investment and feeling cheapened by the fact that you don't actually get a reward at the end of it.
yeah, but like I mean, I feel like expecting a big ending from Mario is just like kind of ignoring what the genre does. That's not what it's known for. It's more about
Right,
the
and
gameplay
it's
in
less about
between.
expecting a big ending and more just about expecting to be rewarded with something rather
With
than
Mass Effect, everybody was expecting something huge, something new and different that we hadn't experienced before. And that maybe the expectations were too high. That happens a lot. But that game, it led people that way to believe that everything was going to be impacted by your choices throughout the entire game, including the ending, but it never happened. So when you're expecting it out of a franchise, like you've played 3 games over 10 years, you know what I mean, put hundreds of hours into all this stuff, like it can be kind of frustrating and like damning for a franchise. I mean, even now, like we've seen like Mass Effect hasn't really recovered from that. Like they haven't been anything that anybody talks about in 10 years. Um,
And stop.
it's
So, Miss, you got a question?
Technically, I do, but it wouldn't be equal. Because I was gonna ask, or say rewrite your ending, but for Bryce's game, that is such a bear to do. That's not an easy thing for him to do, and I know.
Right.
Right.
So you don't got one?
Not off the top of my head, no. Not one that would be on equal playing field.
Right. That's a good question.
And I do agree with you, Jonathan, 100%.
Yeah, you got some. Yeah, we'll get to the chat in a minute.
Jonathan say? Oh, okay.
We'll get to chat in a minute.
Gotcha.
We gotta get through this. So how this is hard. This is hard to come up with a question for this because
For this one, yes.
for this particular question, it's very, very hard. I really just feel like letting y'all.
Well, it's not the question; it's their answer.
It's their
because
answer.
They are vastly
really different.
styles of games.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of things that you can go even on for something like that because they are so very different.
How about we just give y'all a minute rebuttal each? Not tearing down another person's argument, just literally giving a rebuttal about your answer itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So you get a minute each. So Ghost, you're first.
Okay.
Go, Ghosty Goo.
So yeah, again, like I was saying, I think that because Mario had become such an iconic franchise already, like the first Mario had already become so iconic by the time Mario 2 came out that hitting everybody with the "it was all just a dream" again is just, it's insulting to the developers, it's insulting to the makers of the original game, and it's insulting to the players who play the game for the enjoyment and the satisfaction of knowing that they're saving the princess and making an impact on the kingdom and on the world and on the story. And it basically says, hey, this story that you just played through, this journey that you went on, meant absolutely nothing, and nothing is going to be different. Everything's always going to be the same, no matter what you do. And it's just a terrifying reality, honestly, to think that a dream like that could be so vivid that you think it has an impact, and then it just doesn't. We're gonna go real quick.
And stop.
Bryce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
All right. Well, with Mass Effect 3, just the impact that it had, causing BioWare to release an extended cut to patch the emotional fallout left behind, I think should be enough of a point to, consider this as the worst ending. Nobody, I don't think, ever has done that before in video game endings. But in just the years of choice that go into it, there's so much more time involved in playing through all three of these games. Imagine if you'd played any other series for that long and found out at the end that's this is one game compared to three. This is three different colors of a game that came to zero closure. And that's another point I like to make, is that it's just the amount of time that went into it.
Stop. Miss Facts.
Sorry, I'm kind of spying on one of my neighbors.
No, okay, it's all right.
I'm cleaning. He is cleaning up his dog poopy.
That's all right.
Okay, let's start with Super Mario Bros. Well, not that Ghost said anything that was incorrect. She was absolutely 100% correct on everything she said, but I did find a whole Reddit thread about this controversy.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, a lot of people like this ending.
A lot of people love it.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not
Like,
in that
somebody
race,
said actually
but I might
Super
be
Mario
by the end of
Brothers
the night.
2 was great. It was 1988. The ending was like 100 times better than the single screen text only endings of the time. Uh, oops.
You had a nice little animated little
Yeah, agreed. It was great
hand-drawn scene.
storytelling and it was pretty visually impressive compared with other games of the era. But yeah, there's like a whole thread of people liking this ending.
All right.
And with Mass Effect 3, same thing. Nothing Bryce said was incorrect. Um, but it definitely diminished the legacy of the Mass Effect series by a great deal.
Right. Right.
Considering that there was also another one called Andromeda that nobody wanted to play anyways.
Right. Miss, what you thinking? Who you thought won?
All right. Let me pull up my soapbox real quick.
Soapbox. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. So, what's interesting is both of your game choices suffer from the same thing, and that is a lackluster ending that diminished emotional impact. Surprisingly. I can see how Super Mario Brothers 2, because I only played this at my cousin's house, so my emotional attachment to this game wasn't as strong as any other Mario game that I've played on my own. But I can see how that could be like, oh, well, that sucks. I went through all of that, and that sucks. But at the same time, I could also see how that was innovative at the time, because a lot of these games were kind of like single screen text and everybody's like, oh, such and such got married and had a bajillion kids and everybody lived happily ever after, the end. I mean, let's be real, these types of games don't have like these great emotional impact endings.
No.
Okay. Mass Effect, I played all 3 of these games. I played them all in order. And I am emotionally attached to decision making. Like, if you have a game where decisions make a difference, they better make a difference. Okay? Mass Effect, they do make a difference, except that ending. It didn't matter. And that made me so mad. And I just sat there like, holy crap, what? I just wasted how many years on a series that I went out of my way to do what I thought was right just for it to not matter.
Yeah.
And also, BioWare, what is wrong with you? Why do you keep doing this to me? Because you did it with Dragon Age as well. You got me invested, I was invested, and then you dropped the ball in the 3rd game, even though the 3rd game in that series isn't as bad as the 3rd game in Mass Effect. But still, so I'm gonna go with Bryce.
All right, cool. I didn't play. I never played Mass Effect. I played Mario 2. She didn't argue the points of reasons why I would have. She didn't argue those points. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. The reasons why the ending was terrible was the fact that you worked so hard to beat this game, and Mario 2 is hard as Super Mario Bros. 2, not Super Mario 2 The Lost. There's a difference, people. Super Mario 2 is hard as balls to beat. And literally trying to beat, and it was interesting to see a new world, King Ward, and you got to beat King Ward and all that other bullshit. It was an interesting world, only to be turned around on your head to think, oh yeah, this is not real. It's fake. It's all a dream. It's all in Mario's head, which kind of was like, oh shit, this is stupid. But I get what Bryce is saying with his answer, where it's literally ruining the franchise of the whole entire. It literally set Mass Effect back. It's literally like the redheaded stepchild that made it. Literally what made Mass Effect, I mean, kind of forgettable sometimes. You know, maybe a lot of people don't know about Mass Effect because of this ending.
So I'm gonna go with Bryce as well.
No, it's actually quite the opposite. A lot of people know Mass Effect because of this ending. It's just nobody wants to play it because of this ending.
play it,
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. Well, it ruined the franchise. Let's put it like this. This
Yes.
ending, one ending literally is mixed, and the other one just literally all agreed it ruined the franchise. So I'm going Bryce.
Yeah, that's fair. That's so valid.
Even
And
though
you know
I
what, Ghost, to be honest, I think the only difference between your guys' choices is with Bryce's, it's a larger scale issue.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, no, I totally get it. You don't have to justify it to me.
yeah. It's not.
Because
It's
even with your guys' argument, I'm like, it sounds exactly the same. It's just Bryce is on a larger scale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
there's
good
so much
argument. Don't
more
get me wrong.
behind Mass Effect than there is behind Mario at that point.
It's a good argument. It was a great argument. I just was looking at yours like, yeah, there was a problem with yours. Like, I admit, I really do not like Mario 2. It sucks. But because of
That's
that,
funny. I actually did like
Talk about
Mario 2.
I thought Mario 2 was
I
garbage.
did
I
too.
think it was
love
a shameless cash grab to get money out of a game that didn't make a lot of money in the first place.
Yeah, that
Probably.
too. Yeah, solid. Yep. I agree. All right.
And Jonathan says old school versus new school. Basically,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
Speaking of which, what they're saying in the chat, Mist.
I just read it.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to be that type of person today. All right, cool.
I like Mario 2, but I've never made it to the end.
Ah, that's
Is
what
what
Chewbacca
Scott
Defense.
says.
Yeah, that's what Chewbacca Defense says. Okay, cool. I did.
Chewbacca defense is crazy.
I know, right? Yeah, he is. He's insane. He's a Saiyan from birth. I love doing that joke. All right, guys. All right, so Bryce, you have 1 point. Ghost, you have 0 points.
Already.
Yeah, don't remind me, thanks.
Yeah, I was,
I'm sorry. I have. Okay. Sorry. All right, let's go to. Womp, 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 womp. All right, so let's go to question number 2. Miss, I'm gonna let you read this one.
let me pull it up because I was trying to look up answers. Oops, that's the wrong chat.
That's all right.
Who would be the best ninja teacher?
Ooh, interesting. All right, who would be the best ninja teacher? All right, so as usual, this time it's gonna start with last time we start with Ghost. This time we're gonna start with Bryce. Bryce, what is your answer?
Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden.
There he is, the man with the dragon sword. All right, Ghost.
I picked Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Get over here!
Look at him go.
All right, no. I don't think not. I think not. All right. Bryce, you have the floor. Whenever Miss tell you to go, you go.
Go.
All right, so Ryu Hayabusa would be the best ninja, just because he's obviously super powerful. He's going to be teaching through survival more than words. He's ruthless, disciplined, battle-hardened, and just overall a master of stealth, combat, and supernatural type of stuff. And the students that he taught, they wouldn't just become ninjas, they would become legends. He's a master of all types of disciplines, stealth, agility, sword fighting. So he's just got everything covered as far as ninja stuff goes. He's very unforgiving, but that's what makes him, such a great teacher, because he's not going to give you any sympathy or any slack. He's going to teach you as hard as can the proper way, and in so many different aspects of being a ninja. I mean, they wouldn't. They're going to transcend. They're going to become legends. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. It's going to be, a lot of discipline, honor, and perseverance. The ninja type of way. Um, he just teaches mastery, not revenge or chaos. Just more. He's just a master of all trades. It seems like in the ninja world. But like I said, he's not going to give you any shortcuts. Every lesson's going to be tough and earned, and that's the kind of training that forges ninjas and beyond. Um, yeah. I mean, just look at his body of abilities, the magic, as well as all the stealth and swordsman fighting. It's every angle is covered. He's a one-man army that stays in the shadows. So he would be a great teacher as far as being a ninja goes. Um, he's not going to hand out belts. He's going to hand out destiny.
This is the second time we have Ryu Hayabusa on this damn show, and I just want to say that he's a popular character.
Time was not up.
Oh, it was?
I was done though.
He said he was done.
He knew what it was.
No, he said he was done. I thought he said he was done. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
That was that ending line.
Yeah. My bad. If I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, you quiet for like a little bit. I was like, you done?
Nope, that was it.
Yeah, okay.
I took a sip and that was it.
All right. With that said, Ghost, you're next.
Oh yeah.
Ghosty with the most ego.
Okay, so I chose Scorpion from Mortal Kombat because not only is he a ninja already, he is also, throughout the many nations of Mortal Kombat, he has lived many lives and trained many soldiers and many ninjas. So he's already got the prowess from living so many lives and fighting so many different other ninja warriors, ninja masters, gods. He's defeated so many of these powerful beings that it only makes sense for him to be a master ninja trainer. Because you go through the games, and in the originals, he is just like this guy who, he's like a loving, devoted family man, right? And then all of that is ripped away from him and causes him to seek vengeance on these people. And so he's got that fire in his heart that will lead him to instill that in other ninjas in a way that they can use to better themselves. And he's got so much training that he can train them to take on the gods as well if they so choose, if that's where their destiny takes them. He has served under all of these different powerful entities, and just really an all-around great specimen of what a ninja really can be. He's just a great guy. I'm going to concede the rest of my time because I am succinct.
All right, cool.
Okie dokie.
Miss, got the time. Once again, same thing as last time. Do what you got to do to win.
Why am I so bright?
I don't know.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Light bright. Light bright. All right.
You are fulfilling your namesake. You are, in fact, a ghost.
Ghost. You're a ghost. You're a ghost. All right. 5 minutes on the clock. Missed. I am going to mute my mic. You may go whenever she says go.
Now, you both pick ninjas, so I want to see blood. I actually want you guys to go all out. Show your titties. Go.
So Ryu, he's more about teaching survival, where I think Scorpion is more about vengeance. He's not, like the master of stealth like Ryu. Ryu is a master of stealth. Scorpion's more in your face, brutal. Like maybe once upon a time he was a ninja, but now he's something else, and the he's not going to be able to contain his rage enough to train people. He's more about seeking vengeance and a body count, racking up casualties where
And see, I think
Ryu
that's where I think that you're wrong. I don't think that he
is
seeks
more
to rack
patient.
up a body count, and I don't think that that means that he can't be stealthy and sneaky. But there's also two fundamentally different types of ninjas I think that we're talking about. We're talking about the more defensive, sneaky ninjas like yours, and the more offensive ninjas like mine. And I think
Well, I
just in
mean,
terms of sheer
typically
power and sheer trainability, Scorpion has more experience under his belt with that.
the ninja you automatically think stealth, quiet in the shadows when you think of ninja. So all ninjas are meant to be hidden from view and dealing death in the shadows. Um, but that's not to say they don't get promoted to something else like a samurai warrior or something. But when you're a ninja, it's all about stealth. Scorpion, he's a lone wolf. He's not a mentor. I mean, as far as I know, he's never even trained anyone. Um, but he
He
wouldn't have the
has
discipline or
trained
philosophy to like really put it down
I
like
believe
Ryu
he was
would.
a trainer for his clan when they were fighting the Lin Kuei, and I do know he also trained his son in the ninja ways.
Ryu, he's just, like I said, he's just a master of all disciplines. Trial by fire mentorship. Just a long legacy of resilience. His journey is a really hard one of discipline and perseverance. And he doesn't teach revenge or chaos like Scorpion's going to. He's going to be like Scorpion is set on an agenda. He's on
And I can
a hell
agree with you
path.
on that point that he does have an agenda, but I think in terms of again, sheer amount of knowledge and amount of real world experience, Scorpion has lived so many lives. He has so much to teach and to impart that he would be great at it.
I
It's
don't know. I
kind of
just think
his approach is kind of like you have
the
all of this knowledge and all of this
he's more
power.
about his combat style is more brutal, theatrical. It's more about ripping spines and breaking bones. Like it's more that fatality kind of level stuff. Which is not very ninja like. Ninjas, it's very quiet, quick, knife to the throat. Or unless you're outnumbered and whatnot. But uh, I just like the way Ryu handles himself more like a disciplined ninja, and that translates good into teaching, action training more ninjas. I mean, he's got the patience and adaptability with that. I don't, think that Scorpion uh, has. He's more of just like scorched earth aggression, just burn it all down.
Right, and I can totally get where you're coming from with that. I just think that I think that a ninja doesn't always have to be sneaky, but I think that you're also assuming that because he is very theatrical and very in your face, that he doesn't also have the capacity for stealth, in which he does. And I just think that I think that he has more tools in his arsenal to be able to impart onto his students than someone who is only in training in one sense of what you expect a ninja to be.
Yeah, but like I said, he's more of a lone wolf Scorpion. It's not like he wouldn't make for a good mentor because he's just somebody
I
that
mean, you can say
needs
he's
to
a
be
lone
alone,
wolf all you
kind of.
want, but he's still very loyal to his clan and has very close ties with them.
Yeah, but I mean, his whole story is rage and revenge. He's just angry. It's not like a patient, methodical, thought out thing. It's more aggression, like I said,
No, and I
which
totally
can lead
understand.
to making
totally
mistakes, and
understand
that's
that.
And stop.
Cool. All right, great answer. Great one. Miss, yeah, I wanna cut you off, but do you got a question?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
All right, let's say each of your ninja was opening a new dojo. New dojo, new dojo.
New
And let's
dojo, new
say
JoJo.
they are recruiting students. What is their selling point? What ninja
Who's
skills
first?
are their selling points? Anybody? Nope.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh
know
yeah,
if
yeah. Sorry, it was you,
there was
Bryce.
one of
Yeah.
us that's going first. Okay. Is it me? All right. Selling points. Like I said, his mastery of multiple skills, stealth, swordsmanship, and like supernatural type of abilities. And just being in the shadows, the the no shortcuts type of survival of the fittest training. Um, every lesson is just is it's earned and tough, like the points I've made, but and just his legendary status, his dragon lineage, his techniques and everything are ancient and battle tested. So I think the students would learn a lot of those things. Just more balanced everything. Stealth, swords, supernatural abilities, but just like the toughest, no bullshit training you're gonna get. Um, and that's what makes it an elite level to be at. It's not just getting handed out to anybody with enough money. Um, and I think that's what would draw in the people that are real hardcore about it and real serious about it, and not just saying, "Oh, I took ninja classes."
All right. Ghost.
So Scorpion's main selling points are: do you want to be strong enough to fight the gods? Come see me. I fought all of them. I've beaten all of them. There's no question that I am one of the best ninjas because I fought the gods and I've taken them on and beaten them all. You can have no better teacher than someone who has taken down some of the best in all the realms. I am succinct. I am done.
All right. Missed facts.
Yeah, what Bryce said about Yu Hayabusa is pretty accurate. He ruthlessly kills his enemies without mercy, executing them in a very cold, technical, and calculating fashion. His rigorous upbringing, in tandem with the many hardships and tragedies he has suffered, has forced Ryu to harden his emotions and discipline his skills to perfection. So basically, he is very efficient. He's an efficient killing machine.
All right.
With Hanzo Hasashi, aka Scorpion. It actually says it is known that his father, a former member of the Shirai Ryu, forbade his son from joining the clan as he did not wish for his son to live the life of an assassin. However, Scorpion joins because he wants to protect his family, his son and wife. So it actually does not outright say that he specifically trained anybody. It just says he was part of the clan.
Okay.
Yeah,
I may have gotten him confused with Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, definitely, yes. But that's actually not to say that he didn't train anybody. It just doesn't outwardly say, oh, right, he had a whole unit under his leadership. It doesn't actually say that. Whereas Sub-Zero was the leader of his clan.
I may have gotten them confused.
And also, just to throw this out there, Scorpion is in fact not a bad guy. He's actually on the side of good.
Correct.
But he looks so cool.
He does look cool.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and go first on this one. So, we have... Here's the thing about Ryu. I played Ragebound, which is basically Ryu teaching another person how to be a ninja. And he does it. There is examples of that, because in Ragebound he does teach him how to be teaching somebody else to be a ninja. Both of these are good teachers because, I mean, there's no argument that they're both good teachers, because Scorpion does teach his students how to do the same. So, in instance, they're both good teachers. Here's the thing, though. I feel like Ryu, we don't see his pupil gain a little bit more. We don't see it. I mean, in the game you see it, but we don't see him in other games do it. Where it's, well, in Mortal Kombat X, we actually see his pupils actually doing stuff and them being good One Quite ninjas. So I'm actually gonna go with Ghost on this one, because I'm just going by what, not just the argument, but what I see is there are better examples of them there's a better example of pupils with the Mortal Kombat than there is with Ryu, because even though I play Ragebound, we don't see any more, where Scorpion literally has more to deal with. So I'm going with that. Yes.
Okay. This is interesting because, again, I could see both having value. Ryu is probably more technically efficient, whereas Scorpion, I think he is more emotionally driven. I mean, he's also efficient, but he's also has a lot of emotion behind a lot of actions that he does. And unfortunately, what also makes this one suffer is the fact that it also depends on the timeline of Scorpion, because there's like 50 million of them now. Thank you, Ed Boon, for constantly resetting the game. And have the nerve to make it canon on top of it. However, I think I am going to lean towards Scorpion, because I think he would have a better communication with his students. Like, I think he could actually talk to his students. It'll be kind of weird because he's going to be probably screaming at you in a raspy voice. But I think he could actually communicate with the people versus somebody who has purposely dampened his emotions. He just wants you to learn.
To be fair, like I said, if you play Mortal Kombat X, he teaches those kids, and he doesn't have that raspy voice. He don't have yells at them. He actually teaches his kids. He teaches.
Don't ruin my headcanon.
I know I'm just telling you. Don't hear. It's facts.
Played it.
I'm just giving you the facts. Fact checker. Mortal Kombat X.
Hey, I don't have to fact check what you say.
But yeah.
And Jonathan does have a point. Scorpion wouldn't train just random people, but the people he would train, I do feel like he would be able to communicate and work with them slightly better than Ryu Hayabusa.
Yeah, Ryu gotta have you gotta be specifically very good to be. You gotta be like on his level to be under reused toolage because a lot of people we see around him end up dead. Just being honest. I played Ninja Gaiden series. A lot of people around him dies. A lot. But yay, we got a point. So this
Also think about it. Think about if you messed up under Scorpion and he told you to get over here.
That's scary.
It is, but I could also be like, he said it. He said the thing.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
I'm
Cool.
so
Yay.
dying right now, but he said the thing.
Hey, you're just saying, get over here. Yay! I'll come, sir. Yes, sir. You're scared, but you're like, yay. Yay. Ryu was like, I mean, he had a fucked up whole brain. Like, his master betrayed him. It's fucked up.
Okay, that's not to say Scorpion didn't have his own.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, that's kind of.
I really fucking hate Ninja Gaiden, dude. That fucked me up. I'm like, all that shit you had to do, and then like, oh yeah, by the way, the person you fought that was your master is the person that you gotta fight at the end of the game. He's the one that's controlling all this. I was like, fuck you. The guy that was doing with the tumbles was the person that was the person was over all this shit. Oh, this game bullshit. Fuck. Anyway, yeah, I don't think he would have teach anybody because of that situation. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna become like this guy. I'm teaching nobody my shit. But anyway, yeah. All right, so Ghost, you get the point. Yay! What time? Huh?
1-1. Yeah.
Yay! What they're saying in the chat?
Okay, I read most of this, but yeah, Jonathan's basically saying that Scorpion would be very selective.
Okay.
He also said that would also get you beat up. Yeah, like I think if the second Scorpion says get over here, I think you're just pretty much done. You don't get to leave the dojo; you're just done.
Yeah.
But what a way to go!
What a way to go! What a way! So with that said, so now that we got that done, now we're going to question 3. No, I did not forget it. What was going on here? I know where I'm at.
You sure about that?
I'm positive.
Can we fact check that?
Sure. No, Mac, you don't know where you're at.
Okay, fuck you. Question 3. Question 3. Seeing that none of you picked the obvious choice, what long-running gaming series should officially end? And as you can see by the GIF I got on screen, you're both wrong. But all right, fuck that game. Anyway, so this time we're gonna start with we started with Bryce. This time we're gonna go with Ghost. Ghost, what is your answer?
Motherfucking Call of Duty.
You're sick of Call of Duty. You're sick of Soap and all these other guys.
I am. I'm sick of Soap. I'm sick of Ghost. Sick of everybody.
All right, cool. Well,
You're sick of yourself?
You're sick of yourself?
Yeah, I hate myself actually. Yeah, gonna go. Bye.
No, don't go. Finish the game and then you can do that. All right. Next, Bryce.
Oh, I picked Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Black Flag sucked. What? Okay. I didn't see that coming.
Black Flag was 10 years ago.
I know, but Black Flag sucked. What? Who would have known that? Who said Black Flag sucked? Who said it sucked? Who was the one person that said Black Flag sucked? I did. Who said Black Flag sucked?
You?
Yeah. Fucking sucked. It was ass. Anyway. So nobody cares about Johnny Cooper. Anyway. Fuck that guy. Ghost. Tell us why. Obviously both wrong once again. But tell us why Call of Duty just needs to end. Like, it just needs to stop. It needs to stop. Tell Tell us why.
Go.
Okay, so Call of Duty has been around for as long as I've been around, as long as I've been a gamer. You know what I mean? So I'm just sick and tired of every year there's all these new games, all these new releases. Everybody's trying to do something innovative, and there as a stain on the gaming community, every E3, every major gaming convention, Call of Duty, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare again, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 again. It's like, no, I don't need the same game 500 different times. I'm so tired of it. They're not innovating on anything. The story is almost non-existent. It's the same baseline crap. You're running through the same missions with the same people all the time. They could easily just make it a live service game that goes on like with constant updates for like 10 years, like Dead by Daylight. Like you could easily do something like that where you just update shit all the time constantly. And as much as I hate live service games the way they are now, I would prefer that to having to see COD on every single new release list. I don't want to go to GameStop to order my games. Not that I go to GameStop. I don't want to have to go to the store and go to look at my games that are coming up and see COD all the time. Like, it's the same shooters, the same guns, the same people you're playing with, the same little 12-year-olds in chat shouting slurs at you, calling you names. It's not a fun time. And I don't know why anybody plays this game, because everybody I know who plays Call of Duty hates themselves, hates the game, and has the worst gamer rage I've ever seen in my life. And I'm so tired of it being perpetuated by greedy, money-hungry companies who are putting out dog shit games year after year because they know they can capitalize on the same assets they've been using for the last 30 years. It's incredibly ridiculous. It insists upon itself. It really does. And the only thing I like about it are the fact that there's nice men in uniforms that I can look at, and sometimes they're caked up. And I appreciate a caked up military man.
Okay.
That's my time.
So it's like that. Okay.
Okay, Peter Griffin. It insists upon itself.
I have a right to talk about Family Guy, and we'll talk about why later.
I'm just saying, like, it's like that. Okay, so like that's what women are into, caked up men, just the muscle bound.
Caked up military men specifically, yes.
Okay,
Get
cool.
in my
That
DMs.
That sucks. I do not want to go to
That
the
sucks.
Yeah, that do sucks. I really am not going to know. I feel like I don't feel like going to the gym. I'm just being honest. Anyway, staying back to it. Bryce, tell us kindly in your own words why Assassin's Creed Black Flag sucks. Not only does it sucks, but tell us why the whole entire fucking series needs to stop. Why it needs to stop. It needs to stop.
Go.
Yeah. So, I didn't specifically mention Black Flag. I think that was something you threw in there, but
That game sucks.
Assassin's Creed, man. Okay, the first three. This is another game where the first three, games were great, but then after that, it just falls off. And they lost what made them special. That original trilogy, that story, and now it's just it's an overblown RPG with a bunch of. It doesn't have that same charm it did when it was when it was just the original three, or that's when I liked that game. It was good then, but now it's just every year it's similar to other games. They just reskin everything and call it a new place, a new game, and it's the same old shit every year, and they do it every year damn near now with Assassin's Creed. It's lost its identity. I mean, it's morphed into something it wasn't. Just lots of XP grinds and all that kind of stuff that really wasn't a part of it back then. The assassins part is now pretty optional. You can just kind of play the entire game without ever sneaking or using your hidden blade, which was one of the iconic weapons that kind of got that game a lot of attention. It's just got the usual lore fatigue, you get after the same thing every year. Um, it was interesting at the beginning with the animus and everything that was involved there, but it's just kind of gone overboard now, and it's just every year it's just like another rehash of where are they going to go next, and it's always the same thing though. It's never the only real attractiveness about it is maybe exploring the historical sites and whatnot throughout the time. The gameplay, it's just more systems every time, just overcomplicating a simple thing. Crafting, settlement building, gear upgrade, skill trees, but they're not really refined. They're just kind of thrown in there just to make you be able to pay 60, $70 for it. The world are massive but pretty empty with pretty repetitive side quests. Um, and honestly, like I quit playing Assassin's Creed because I was just burnt out on the whole system of it. Just got fatigued with climbing walls and sneaking around and dicking around, and just really after 100 hours of it, 3 games of it, it's just like no, why would I want to do this anymore? It's lost that charm that pulls you in,
And
especially
stop.
because of the annualization.
Cool. I'm gonna.
Cool.
Cool. Cool. Before we continue, I'm having an argument with Jonathan. Jonathan, ship
It
play.
is not an argument. He just asked a question.
I'm gonna answer your question calmly. The gameplay, the ship play was shit because you had to aim a fucking cannon to a fucking. You had to aim your fucking cannons to a fucking land, and every single piece of land was the same fucking thing. It was the same fucking bland ass playing thing that you had to go attack a land and make it your own. It was straight bullshit. And the fact that the targeting system, it literally made me hate Assassin's Creed 3 even more because of the fucking that's what they added, just more. Hey, let's put more ship play. The one thing that I hated in Assassin's Creed 3, that's ship play. It was bad. I'm done. Soundtrack sucked. All right, sorry. But with that said, people, we have 2 amazing answers here. But you're still wrong, it's Bubsy. But 2
Or Final
amazing.
Fantasy.
I guess. Anyway, we're gonna put 5 minutes on the clock for you. Just tell us why the other one is wrong, and then we'll get back to it. All right, Mist, tell them to go.
Remember, titties, go.
Titties go.
Okay. So the thing about Assassin's Creed is, at least with Assassin's Creed, you have a different locale every time. You have different things to do. You have different characters to play as. You have story that ties into the other games. COD's a shooter.
I mean,
You shoot
they
things.
kind of lost that a lot. Call of Duty, they have that. If you're talking about the campaign of it, every time Call of Duty comes out, they have a new campaign for the most part. Um, and that's kind of the draw with that. It's like there's multiplayer and a new campaign every year. Whereas Assassin's Creed, the multiplayer there, they tried it for a little bit. I think that's over with. But because it was terrible. Um, at least with Call of Duty, you're getting 2 sides of the coin. You're getting a full game there. You're getting multiplayer and um, the campaign mode. And with them, those stories do intertwine as well. There's similar characters that get played through multiple Call of Duty campaigns every year, or maybe other year, but they go back to those certain characters. So at least with Call of Duty, you're getting a little more for your buck there. And I mean, if a shooter game is what you're into, I mean that's going to be your best bet because that's what everybody's going to be playing. That's all your friends are going to be playing it. What I mean? If you're looking for a group to play with, you're going to be able to play that easily. Like Assassin's Creed, it's just like you're just playing that. It's solo, and it's not really that fun. It's just the same overworked tools and
But you're saying the same thing because, like, the people who enjoy the story-rich games are going to enjoy Assassin's Creed more. I personally don't want to get in the lobby and be called a
no,
bunch of
their
slurs
game,
when I'm playing
their
COD.
stories aren't. Their stories aren't in Assassin's Creed, they're just watered down now. They're not anything like it used to be with the original trilogy. Um,
I mean, you could say the
and
same thing
that's
with Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. At least they go through different eras of time and stuff too, and the different soldiers and different storylines. They can go. They're not restricted to a whole lot there. Um, but I think that Assassin's Creed has just been it's I mean, it was never meant to be a game that was every year, annual release. It wasn't and it shows. It's just there's fatigue with the developers and the writers and the players. And
Well, I
they
mean,
need
and
to go
any
back to
series
the
is going to
drawing board
have
a little bit
fatigue
with
with that, but like when you look at something like COD, and it's the same assets, it's the same maps, it's the same sort of deal every single time. With Assassin's Creed, you're getting new story, new characters, new maps, new all of this stuff. And with Call of Duty, it's the same exact thing every single year, and it is every single year. Assassin's Creed doesn't have 500 titles to its name. Call of Duty has released the same game under the same name, very confusingly multiple times.
there's a big Call of Duty has a big player engagement. It has a huge cultural impact. There's esports based around it. The majority, it's one of the top like 10 streamed games on Twitch and YouTube. You look up those type of things with Assassin's Creed, it's just not there. They are literally milking a dead cow right now. Like Call of Duty is making money. And that's where another part of it lies. It's like why do they keep making Assassin's Creeds when nobody's playing them?
I mean, I don't
That's
think
what,
that
my
nobody's
point
playing
with
the Assassin's
Assassin's Creed.
Creed games. I know people today who still play Assassin's Creed and love the shit out of it, just like you know people who play COD and love the shit out of it. But
And
I
I
get
played
so
all
tired.
three at the beginning, and I couldn't. There's nothing else that's drawn me in since then. Like I've tried to play a few other ones, and didn't. They didn't draw you in with the mystery and the I don't know the mechanics. I guess it was just. It felt different. It didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. With Call of Duty, they're consistent. Like it's always it feels like a Call of Duty game. Assassin's Creed, it's changed so much. Like you can barely tell that it doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed. It
And I
doesn't
can
have
get that,
that
but
mystery
the
and that lure.
sameness of Call of Duty all over again, it just kind of solidifies my point that it is all very samey, and there's not really any sort of incentive to buy the new thing. Because why are you going to spend if you know a new Call of Duty is going to come out next year? Like, what do you like? I don't know. It just
Well, now it's just
I
there to sell Game Pass, really, but
yeah. I mean,
it's I don't know. Assassin's Creed is just run out of
And stop.
ideas.
God. All right. So I I don't want to leave. I want to see if I got a question because I've been asking this.
I definitely have one.
You want? I'll go ahead. You go ahead, Mist.
At what point do you think the series should have stopped?
I was gonna ask the same damn question.
God damn it.
Is it Black Flag? Is it Black Flag? Please tell me it's Black Flag. I love to hear his Black Flag.
Is it on me?
No, it's
Ghost.
actually on
Ghost go
Ghost.
first.
I love to hear.
When should it have ended?
Yeah, which game should
where
they have
should it
basically
ended?
pulled the plug?
Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, I think Modern Warfare 2, honestly. The first Modern Warfare 2.
Oh! Oh! D plugs! Got deep with this one. Oh, man. Ripping them off. Ripping it up. Okay. All right. I like it. I like
All
it.
right.
All right. Fair. All right.
For me,
Yeah.
with
Flag?
Assassin's Creed, yeah, I was gonna say because the first three I liked a lot, and Black Flag, it's like after you make your first three and they're successful, of course you're gonna make another one because you're like, okay, we're at the height of our shit right now. So Black Flag after that was kind of like, had a piss poor experience with fans. Um, I think that maybe is when they should have
Yeah, because
taken
after
a
that,
turn to a different direction.
Yeah, because after that, they made
That was the last one I played, and nothing after that has drawn even an inkling of interest.
Yeah, that's when they made
And
Odyssey
I didn't even
and
finish
all the
that one.
rest of them, correct? Odyssey. So
Yeah.
Odyssey and all. Yeah.
Primal, or I don't even know.
Yeah, most of them,
what else
yeah.
there is.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag should have been the last one.
Yes, it sucks. This. This facts.
All right, so I am not going to go through this whole freaking series of both games. So there's a reson why I asked this particular question, just to make it easier for myself.
All right, make it
All
easy
right.
for yourself.
So, Call of Duty has over 20 games, and I'm just talking main titles. If there's not subtitles, if there's other games, I don't care. The main game list alone is way too many. Assassin's Creed has 14. I don't care about any other side games. That's too many. Final Fantasy, eat a dick, stop making garbage.
That was going to be one that I considered.
Can I rant?
Final Fantasy.
Can I rant?
No. Let me finish my facts.
Okay, I'm gonna rant.
Okay, so Ghost said Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the first one. General ratings surprisingly are 80 and above.
Yep.
That's
Like
not
I said, it
shocking.
was bold. It was bold. I give you that. It was bold.
That's not shocking to me. This is not about what the public wants. This is my personal hatred of Call of Duty.
No, I give it to you. You're bold as fuck. You're bold as fuck. I give it to you. Bold as fuck.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag General is the lowest I see is 70 and up.
Yeah. I gotta get to you because I'm bold as fuck.
I know.
Bold. I'm scared to do that. Like, touch that game because them jokers will come after you and say, Call of Duty 2, that was the best one. Fuck you. You know, there's some people that are crazy like that. But yeah. Can I rant?
I just wanted to finish the facts. Whatever you
Go
want.
for it.
All right, okay, yeah. Accolade. Whoever you sold the rights to, Bubsy, stop making them damn shitty games. Nobody want to play them damn shit. Nobody cares about Bubsy. Only people that play Bubsy are people that literally watch paint dry. That game sucks. Stop making them. It's time to stop. Okay, stop doing this, please.
Oh, good Lord, they only made one more.
They made one too many. Stop. I'm tired of watching paint dry. Stop
You know
making
what?
this.
I would take Bubsy only making 4 games over these other series that are making a bajillion.
So you like watching paint dry? I see.
I didn't say all of that. I said I would rather take Bubsy over 4 games. I can take that.
Watching paint dry is literally art. It's literally something interesting better than Bubsy. I'm telling you, there's so much shit you can see.
I didn't say I love Bubsy. I'm saying in terms of sheer numbers, I can take 4 games.
Look.
I can take 4 games over Final Fantasy that keep... Not only are they making new games, they keep revamping old ones.
Yeah, okay.
So they will never end.
It feels like a never-ending story. I get it with Final Fantasy. I get it. The never.
I have legitimately stopped playing newer Final Fantasy games that aren't literal remakes, and even the remakes, I'm like, I'm only doing this because I really want to see where you guys go.
Fair. I get it. All right, Mist, you're first.
Okay, so another reason why I asked this question is because I have never willingly played COD. I have played it because a friend asked me, and that was like twice ever. And with Assassin's Creed, I got through the first cutscene and cut the game off. I never even really played it. So, neither one of these games really caught my attention, and the fact that both of these games are not dying is astounding to me.
Nope, they're not dying. They're still alive and kicking on life support.
I was gonna say they're on life support because I really think they're. Because remember, there used to be a a lot more fanfare with both of these titles, and there is still fanfare, but it's not nearly as big.
No, like I said, I think that's the definition of life support. Okay, so you're telling me they went from life support to hospice care. Got it. All right, continue.
Okay. So I think, because honestly, it's about the same for me. But I'm just gonna go on sheer numbers. There's no reason why COD should have as many games as I can kind of understand Assassin's Creed because there is a story there. It is kind of a continuation of a story. I don't understand why COD still exists.
"12-year-old gamer."
I can explain that. I can explain it. The multiplayer. That's the reason it exists.
Whoopsie-poo. You can play other games that are just as good that aren't 20 plus games in.
Fair. Okay, so you're going with Call of Duty, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's only by sheer numbers because I don't get the appeal of Assassin's Creed either. Really.
Get it. Okay. Bryce, I'm with you. Assassin's Creed is not. It's just boring as fuck. It just got drowned out and drowned out and drowned out and drowned out, and it's just keeping on going for no reason. Call of Duty is made and I'll give you this reason, and I think this is not even a fact check. The reason why Call of Duty is keeping on going is because of one company, because it's made by EA. And EA is the one company that literally does this shit every time. They franchise their game and they continuing on because you want to know what sells.
It's not made by EA.
Huh?
It's not made by EA. It's not made by EA.
Call of Duty?
By Activision.
Call of
Duty
Duty
is owned by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Call of Duty's on Microsoft?
Battlefield's on EA.
My bad. Anyway, wow.
Fact check.
Fact check that. You're right.
No, it is because I saw that.
Yeah, that's my fault. But even though.
But speaking of EA, yeah, Sims 4. Yeah, congratulations. You guys got bought out. Thanks for selling out.
Yeah. But back to what my statement is. The reason why I feel like Call of Duty keeps going in, even though it's not made by EA, is following the EA model of... They're following what I like to call the Madden model, where they're making the same goddamn game every year just to appease the public. Oh yeah, we're gonna make another game. Here we go. That's exactly what they're doing every time. So that's their whole formula: is make a new game, update the multiplayer online. And I play Call of Duty online, and I have played it several times. I've heard kids call me the N-word, and they have not seen my face. I'm still learning about this shit.
Well, okay, to be fair, I've been in many multiplayer games where the N-word was really thrown around.
Yeah. But particularly that one, my experience in the Call of Duty lobby was not fun. Let's put it like that. I don't have fun in there.
You got to turn the proximity chat off and just play with your boys.
Yeah. But the story, I'll admit, with Modern Warfare 1, with Modern Warfare 2, it was a good game. It was decent. Then the rest of them just like went downhill because it just felt like the same damn game every time. Even before, you had Call of Duty, and it was literally the same game. World War II, World War II, World War II, World War II. I kept demanding them, like, make a Vietnam game. Do something different. There was other fucking wars. There were other wars. Why are you stuck in 2 wars and a make-believe war? That didn't happen. You made a make-believe war, and then you're doing a fucking war that you overdid the war. You destroyed that war. You made every fucking war. Hell, you got fucking, Medal of Honor literally fucked off and just said, I'm not doing this no more because you disattached it so bad. I'm going with Call of Duty on this one. It just needs to go. It's the if I feel like Assassin's Creed. I agree with you. I feel like it's a game series that if they get it right, they could probably give you another gem. Call of Duty just overstayed their welcome. So I'm going with Call of Duty. Is that reasonable? You think that's
It's your answer, if that's what
Your
you're saying.
answer.
Do you have a problem with that, Bryce?
Yeah,
What?
that's the wrong answer.
Yeah, well, you should have picked Bubsy.
Yeah, you didn't pick Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I know, right? Pick one of those answers. You would have got it right.
You know what's really sad? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Assassin's Creed games and never played them.
It is sad. Yeah.
First,
Don't get me
I
wrong.
have Assassin's Creed 2, Revelations.
Yeah, 2 and Revelations are
What?
probably the best. The first one
Brotherhood
gets
and
a little
3.
old and repetitive, but the second one is probably the best.
I
And
give
also
you,
have one for the PS Vita, which I don't know why I have that because I never had a PS Vita.
I had a PS Vita. I'm gonna admit though, Bryce, yours is a great answer. These are both great answers. It was not hard. It was not easy.
Easy.
Sorry. It was not easy. It was not easy to pick one or the other.
It really wasn't. That's why I went by
Yeah.
sheer numbers.
Yeah, I went by what I went by like both of these are equal. I gotta go by what I'm seeing, and I feel like Call of Duty overstayed its welcome. Or Assassin's Creed, yes, is bad, but I feel like they got a chance to really right the ship, pun intended. Where one is just like, yeah, we're done. You got nothing for me, don't you? You're making another Modern Warfare, whatever that fucking game. Modern Warfare. What the fuck is the new one called? Infinity or
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
called
even know.
COD Infinity Wars.
Infinity Wars, whatever the fuck that game is.
Yeah, Infinity COD games.
It just sucks. Whatever. It's just getting on my Advanced War or something. Whatever. It's just getting on my nerves. It's just like it's overstaying its welcome. Like
COD, Marvel's Infinity War.
Infinity War, exactly. So yeah,
Presented by DC Comics.
exactly. Yeah, it's just you can tell that game's running out of ideas. So I'm going with that. But anyway, wow.
Same with Final Fantasy. Y'all are running out of ideas. Please stop. Give it a break. Give it a rest.
Look.
You got other RPGs you can focus on. Stop.
I get it, Mist. Let it go. If I can let,
Okay, Bubsy.
look. Okay, you're right. I'm never letting Bubsy go. So you can continue your
Exactly.
rant.
So you know what? I give you that grace. You can give me mine.
Okay, I will literally give that to you. We're equal here. Okay, we're not. Look, we don't have to argue.
You started it.
I did, and I admit that. Yeah. Still love you though.
God, are you still there? No, there's a reason why I'm asking. Scott, if you're there, say something in chat. Because it has to do with this next question.
Oh, what's wrong with it?
Oh, nothing. Oh, wait, hold on. Technically, Ghost won.
Yeah, she won that answer. It's 2-1.
Yeah, she won.
No, we got one more question.
2-1. She won already.
Yeah, we got one more question.
I'm aware of that, but she did win.
Oh yeah, she did win. My bad. Yeah, she won this question. Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about she won. She didn't won the entire thing. Oh yeah, what they're saying in the chat. I'm sorry to interrupt you, John.
Well, all of its context kind of stuff. So
He did. You're right. COD is 100% multiplayer. He's 100% right on that. He is not wrong. But anyway.
well, I don't know if Scott's still there, but I really want him to hear one of these answers because I think it'll make him happy.
Yeah, it probably will. All right. We're going to go. So Scott's going to just got a few minutes to get in. All right. Question 3. Question 4. Four.
Fact check that.
Four. We're on question
If
four.
I say it, it's already been checked.
Yeah. Question four. So, Mr. Want to read this one? Oh, I'll read it. I got it right here. So I got. Go ahead.
Pitch a video game using a live action TV sitcom.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. This time it's gonna be Bryce. So let me get the photos up. Sorry, Bryce. What is your answer?
I'm doing a game based off of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
All right. Cool. There we go. We got the GIF up there, right there. It's always sunny.
You hear that, Scott? I hope you heard that.
There you go. Ghost.
Nice.
I chose Trailer Park Boys.
There we go. Right there. Got a GIF of it. All right.
That's Stephen Root.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
of it.
I don't think it is.
It's
Is it?
not?
No, that's not Stephen Root. Stephen Root don't stars in that, does he? Anyway, you look it up. I don't know. I may be wrong.
Yes.
It is?
No, I'm saying I'm gonna look that up. 'cause
Yeah,
that
I
looks
thought it
like
wasn't
him.
Stephen Root. Yeah, I do look like him, but I don't think he's in the film, in the show. Anyway, Bryce, you're first.
Oh, Mike Smith. That's his name.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't him.
Hi.
Bryce, you're first. You're up.
Let me know when the clock is running, Captain.
All right.
Here we go.
Are we still doing 3 minutes?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is 5 minutes on the
New
clock.
structure.
Sorry. 5 minutes on the. So guys, it's a pitch round. 5 minutes on the
Okay.
clock.
All right.
So yeah, 5
My
minutes on the
pitching
clock
voice on.
to pitch it. We're not going to do an argument. Me and Miss are gonna each ask you a question. So 5 minutes on the clock to pitch your.
Right. You guys ready to catch?
Yep.
Yep.
Pitch.
Okay. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's going to be like a chaos sandbox style, open world sandbox comedy, obviously, with RPG light mechanics, um, big reputation systems, and episode based missions. Um, Fully explorable, like a South Philly area where it's centered around Patty's Pub. It's your home base. Um, Dynamic neighborhoods, rival bars that you're competing with, and just the crazy NPCs that of the characters within the series. You got our boy, fucking Cricket out there, getting dirty, but then and then you got the different seasons that trigger different seasonal episodes within the It's Always Sunny, when they go on vacation, or the Christmas episode, or different time signatures like that. As far as playable characters, it's going to be you can go on solo missions, or you can group up with the gang, of course, but you got unique perks to each character, chaos meters, and different passive abilities, of course. With Charlie, we're thinking, he's the Rat King. He will unlock sewer missions and has feral combat, baseball bat type of thing. But because of his lifestyle choices, he's immune to poison and gains XP from digging through trash. We got Mac. He's the karate master. Slow mo combat and delusional confidence boosts give him buffs. He also gets some abilities from protein shakes and religious items like the cross or the Bible. Um, then we have D, her failed fame, sabotage. You know, um, she'll sabotage rival auditions for her quest to become a stand-up comic. And her typical manipulation of people to get what she wants. Charm bonus for passive ability is an acting risks, put the fake shit or whatever. But and then Dennis, the golden god, of course. the psychological manipulation and seduction that is Dennis. Um, he has a lot of reputation control, and can unlock the implication system, as well as his Dennis system. If you know anything about the show, Frank, of course, he's the wild card, and he can trigger random disasters, and chaos, and also is well versed in bribery, um, and anything that gives him access to illegal items and shady contacts. Um, Core gameplay, scheme based missions. We're looking at episode style based uh, missions, so that you're relating directly to episodes you've seen already and playing through them and seeing locations that you're used to seeing throughout the episodes, and dealing with the other characters outside of the gang, the side characters, Artemis and the milk drinking brothers and all the crazy characters that come along the way. Um, but there's replayability as well involved, just because of the success and failure nature of it. The open world kind of RPG lights mechanics that are involved, and also obviously a co-op mode. We're thinking maybe like a co-op mode, and maybe in like a third-person style, similar to like a GTA camera view, just kind of exploring the city as your character. Um, and then there's the comedy, of course, and getting the real voice actors in there. um I think that this would make a real funny game. This is one of my favorite series on TV. There's so many iconic scenes and episodes that there'd be endless content and tons of ways to you know keep new update flowing, or updates flowing, new content coming to the game, especially as they continue to make new episodes. They just did their, I think, 17th season, so that continues to add to the diversity of things you can do within the game. As a new season of game, or the TV show comes out, then so will maybe a new season of the game, the Game Pass or whatever you have, with new
And
content.
stop.
All right, Ghost, you're next.
I don't want to be.
Don't worry, just fling bullshit, fling shit at the wall. It always works. You know the show. Whatever.
Take a deep breath.
Yep.
Pray for yourself. Yeah, I saw what you said. And go.
Okay, so I'm thinking it's gonna be like a Telltale style game, and you're gonna have like all these impactful choices, and it would be multi-part. So like each of the characters would have their own like chapter that you would play through, and at the end it would like all culminate in the end with like the trailer park being saved and all that, and like everybody, all their stories get resolved and everything. Um, I'm gonna be so real. I don't watch TV. So this is like I have no idea what the story would be like because I don't know the show well enough because I don't watch TV. But I do know that like there would be like a storyline with Mr. Leahy, with dealing with that problem, like his alcoholism problem, and there would be like a bad ending and a good ending, like one where he like goes to rehab and like gets better, and then the other one where he dies. And then there's was it Julian and I think his wife, and there's like this whole arc where they would like get back together and have a family, or they get like broken up and divorced and whatever. And then Bubbles, you could have him start like a cat sanctuary. I think that would be really cool because he's really into cats. um and then Ricky, I think that's his name. Oh God.
Indeed.
me. I don't need your pity. I am going to concede. I'm going with that.
Okay. That is
Yeah, I
a good
know.
3 minutes right there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I was running the timer and I'm like, I cannot.
Yep. All
Oh, that
right.
was over. I don't know.
I have a question.
Bullshitting.
All right. So question. Good question for each of you. So, all right. So, what, what, guest, what guest game character would you put into your game? Let's say you can get a game character. What game character would would you put in your game? Y'all think that's a good question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, I'm asking Miss. You think that's a good question, Miss?
I just want to see where this goes.
All right. All right. Bryce.
I guess that would be me, right?
Yep.
Just off the top of my head, I had kind of made a reference to GTA through my pitch. I think it'd be really cool to bring in Trevor Phillips from Grand Theft Auto 5.
Jesus.
With the way that It's Always Sunny is with their, type of humor, I think Trevor would be a great fit. He's just the kind of the embodiment of fucking unhinged chaos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just violent, unpredictable, but also hilarious at the same time. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of things they could write with that in mind. If you hand that off to the writers behind It's Always Sunny, and just the chaos that brings, especially you get him and Frank together possibly, like we're in double wild card mode, where things are just off the hinge. That could be an entire episode, you know what I mean? But yeah, Trevor.
I can see him punching somebody
I mean,
telling
him and Charlie too would pair off well. I mean, just who's more feral, who's willing to eat, do the dirty, grimy, whatever the fuck type of bullshit, huffing more paint and whatever, yeah, I mean, Trevor is the first thing that just pops in my mind as far as
Mac.
chaos goes.
See, Mac. See. Over there, Mac. See, I'm sorry. His head was on my shoe. I'm seeing that. I'm sorry. I'm laughing at this. All right. Ghost.
Well, he stole my answer. Oh.
Oh. I mean, I guess you could take the same answer if
I mean, yeah, it don't bother you. It don't bother us. I don't think it's a big idea.
I mean, I think it'd be really cool in the context of like a Telltale game to have Trevor when he goes on he trips on that fucking drug in GTA and them going through the drug trip with him. I think would just be so cool to play out.
Okay. All right.
And like you could have all of them like tripping on it together. Like they don't know they don't know that they took it. They think they're just like smoking weed, And they could go through the trip together. And like Bubbles has like the Nyan cat. Wouldn't that be so cool? That'd be so. That'd be so.
That would be cool.
I'm making this video game.
All right. Miss, what's your question? I think I got good answers off of mine.
Hit your commercial for your game.
Ah.
Oh, we're going there.
Oh, okay. Pitch the commercial. I first again, right?
Yeah, you're first.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, so you're thinking pitch the commercial. You got like the usual movie announcer voice, kind of like describing the city and the chaos that goes on within it, and then pan into like looking down at the cities and zooming in a little more and making it seem like this crazy, chaotic, violent place, and with the description and the voice and the tone, and then kind of like zooming in and just being like, like one bar stands out in this chaos, and it zooms into Patty's Pub, and it just kind of cuts to like, the typical antics that are going on within an episode, or accumulation of episodes that you would expect from those characters. Just the arguing, and just Charlie doing something stupid like chasing a rat with a bat, or with silver paint on his face, and cutting to Mac, just karate chop shadows, in the alleyway, and just like doing something corny and stupid just for attention, and Dennis, mocking her for being a bird or something, and just kind of that circle of bullshit that they always do. Um, and then just kind of show off a little bit of the gameplay, like here's some missions, that mission based, or episode based missions, go through familiar areas that you've seen in episodes, relive classic moments, and but also have a little bit of openness to make your own choices within that, um, and just show off each character a little bit. Here's Charlie doing something, here's Mac D, Dennis, Frank, all just doing their thing, and then show some of the guest characters, and also show off, like like I said, it's going to be an open world, so there's going to be like little mini games. So you got like the little rhythm battles with Nightman, type shit, where you're trying to write a song, and the beer pong turn Philadelphia, and Dennis's dating system. You could show off a little, like trying to pick chicks up and shit, and just different things like that they're all known for, their crazy type of shit, and just showing off that as far as the gameplay kind of goes. And then if we're talking about, maybe this is an update, or a pre-order, maybe get Trevor Phillips as a pre-order, type of thing or something. But yeah, it just kind of show off each character's personality a little bit, but bring it in dark, but then bring in the comedy so it hits harder. But yeah, just showing off the openness of it, but using the episodes as a big selling point, the episode based missions.
All right, cool. You done? Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Ghost?
Yeah. So it would be kind of like stylized like the Telltale games. And then it would be like clips of each character during pivotal moments in their story. And then you would have also like little graphics, like saying like the boys are back, we're gonna save the trailer park, and it's like your choices matter. 10 out of 10 IGN, like the gamer scores, like little flashing graphics. And then but juxtaposed between each of those are the little story clips of the meaningful moments that you create, and the little like, oh, Mr. Leahy will remember that, like the little pop-ups that the Telltale games do. I just think it'd be really cool to kind of bring all those elements together and showcase the most meaningful parts, so that it ties people in and entices them to purchase the video game.
All right. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna go first this time. All right, so Ghost, I like yours. Yours is pretty good. It's fun. It's interesting. Uh, I like the fact that I like the way you're in. It's a Telltale store type of game, including with Trevor Phillips. It seems something I would be interested in looking at and playing. Bryce, I like yours. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. GTA style would be an amazing game. I hold it, and then just adding Trevor Phillips with that is just more chaos. Literally just having him and Mac literally just doing that, and literally just doing Green Guy, Green Guy with like Charlie doing Green Guy would be hilarious. I can just picture that Green Guy, like the jokes just never end. Like you just add. I'm gonna go with Bryce because he added more to it. Like his introduction of the character and his trailer was interesting enough for me to pick his. So I'm going with him. Green Man. Well, I mean, I could actually picture also Dayman too.
Right?
Dayman.
Just all the missions you could do with all that, like going
Yeah.
out and fighting crime and just getting your ass beaten, thrown in jail. Like,
I can just literally just see Trevor just popping up saying David. I was like, what the fuck is this? The fuck is this shit, Charlie? Fucking hate this. Alright, but yeah. Fight of the night, man. Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah. Missed.
No sugarcoating it, Bryce. Like you certainly sold me on Trevor. Like after that, it was just KO.
That was just the knockout right there. Like, yeah, it's just
Because at first I was like, "That's stupid," but then I'm like, "But
it's Sunny in Philadelphia is stupid." I like it. It's literally stupid.
That's what I'm saying. It's like at first I'm like, "That's so dumb."
It's
And
so
then
dumb, but I'm sitting there thinking, I'm with you.
It's so
It's so dumb, but I'm sitting there thinking like it's so dumb, but that's also like, yeah, but it's Sunny is dumb, so it works.
And here's the thing about you didn't even take a breath when you said that. It's almost like you were ready for that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, when I had mentioned it being a GTA style, like, and then you're like, what character? Like, it was just already in my head, kind of back there. Just what's the big character from GTA that everybody would love?
Yeah. All right, so Bryce get that win. I guess we're going to PvP. We're going to PvP.
Big PvP.
God damn it.
God damn. You did it too.
I'm impressed by you because that was a lot, and I want to play that video game.
I do. I want to play it.
And I don't even watch that fucking show.
You know what? My only critique that
So
Ghost
good.
had over you was I really love Telltale. I love that
I do
art
too.
style, and I kind
Oh,
of
me
wish
too.
that
Yeah.
was the game.
I liked her. I liked her answer, but it was just Bryce was just so much was the game I wanted.
No, he deserves that point for
Yeah,
sure.
Like, his game was the one I wanted to play the most because I was sitting there thinking GTA.
I didn't even want to play my game. I want to play his game.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
yeah, like you were losing the plane.
yeah, like
Dude,
when.
I don't watch TV. That's my downfall.
Yeah, because I'm just picturing Mac, Charlie, and
Dennis,
the Golden God himself, and D and Frank all in one game. I picture it. I'm picturing this dumbass game. I want to play this game. I just trash. He told me when he said the trash man. I'm the trash man. I'm
trash man.
The trash man. When he said that, I'm like, oh my god, I want to play this shitty ass dumb game. You had me when you said trash man. I was like, fuck, I want to play this game now. So, all right, PvP. All right, guys. I'm about to flip a coin. Give me a second. Alexa, flip a coin. Call it.
Heads.
Flipping a coin for you now.
Flip the coin.
I said heads, but I don't know if anybody heard that.
I heard
didn't
you.
hear anything else. Okay, cool.
Alexa, flip a coin.
Flipping
You're
a
good.
digital
You can
coin.
have heads. I'm a bottom anyway.
Oh,
Sounds about
okay.
right.
You said, why are we saying all this stuff? All right, Alexa.
Sorry.
Would say-
Alexa,
Although I figured you have pegged your fair share. of
Alexa,
people.
flip a coin.
My bad.
Alexa,
I didn't mean to.
flip a
I didn't mean
coin.
to make it like that.
Flipping a coin for you.
What was it? Siri, flip a coin.
And tell me what it is. The Alchemist.
No,
You're real
I will
specific
not.
these days.
You do not pay me enough to tell you. the
It's
answer.
Tails.
Oh, that's me.
Damn, I
Oh
thought
no,
that was
that's
really
me.
her.
Yeah, that's you. So it's
That's you,
Tails.
yeah.
All right, so who do
So
you
you
want to
get to
give your
choose
question? No, who do you?
You gotta
can't-
pick.
You gotta pick.
I got to pick. Okay, missed.
Who you want? Yep, there.
Okay. Because of course.
It is you. I was prepared, but it's you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh.
I thought who goes first.
Oh, yeah. Bryce, who do you want to go first or last? I apologize. Damn it. I'm. My mind is.
Oh, so she picks. Okay, so I'm picking if I want to go first, last.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Oh yeah, I forgot. She get to choose. Yeah, she. Yeah. Never mind.
I'm going big L to the ast.
Okay. All right. Miss.
Make your ideal Mario game.
Ooh.
My ideal Mario game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, oh boy. As much as I hate rage games, I love a Kaizo Mario game because I love watching people play Kaizo Mario levels. My problem is I don't know how to make a Kaizo Mario game, but I know someone who
Just gotta
does.
pitch it. You don't have to make it. I mean, extra credit points if you make it in like 3 seconds, but you just gotta
So
pitch it.
it would be like, because they do it all the time in Mario Maker too, but it would be like you've got. Have you ever played I Want to Be the Guy? It'd be like I Want to Be the Guy. So you've got all these like trick blocks, and you've got these like shell jumps, and like enemies that are like change the layout of things, and it would just be so cool to watch people play the game. And like at the end, you have obviously you're saving the princess, but like you would be fighting, you would like fight Bowser, but you would like fight all of the Koopalings like up to him. So it would be like each stage would be a different boss. So you'd have Roy and Boom Boom and Pom Pom, and there's like 8 other Koopalings that I don't remember all their names. And then at the end, you would fight Bowser, and after the Bowser fight, you would save the princess. And then if you played as Luigi instead of Mario, it would be slightly different. The difficulty would be like harder, and the enemies would have different buffs, and you would get like less power-ups, and the layout of the levels would be like almost a reverse. So like you would play the harder layout with a different enemy type, so you wouldn't be playing the same game with a different character. It would be 2 totally different things. And then instead of Princess Peach, you would have Princess Daisy at the end. And I think that'd be really, really cool.
All right.
Okay. So when I think of like my ideal Mario game, I try to like think of everything that Mario games have done so well in each of their different types of games. There's Mario RPG, there's Mario Brothers, there's Mario World, Mario 64, Paper Mario, Dr. Mario. There's so many different types of Mario games now. It's not just, the 2D platformer it was, for years. So I want to make a game that kind of encompasses all that a bit. Even taking from like Mario Party, I'm trying to think of a way to incorporate it without it being a Mario Party game, but I'd like for there to be a way, maybe a mini game or something where you're, just take small elements of that and where, a die roll might decide what space you land on and then decides what level you're going to play rather than just a mini game. Um, but I also want to have obviously like a co-op multiplayer type of thing going on where you've got like 4 players like it is today where you can play with your friends but I want to make it like a 2D 3D hybrid kind of thing where it's like Mario 64 in the open world, but then you kind of go into the actual level and it's more of like a 2D hybrid, like the classic Mario levels. But then keeping everything Mario's done, like Mario Maker, incorporate like letting there be an open world hub, kind of where like okay, this level you go, this part you go to that level, and that's where you see all the custom created stuff. But then outside of that, you're still in this open world where you're discovering the the levels that were designed in the game. But also, like I said, with Mario RPG, like being able to play as different characters, not just Mario, but just throughout the entire Mario world, there's lots of different characters that you can play as in like Mario Kart, Mario Party. And that's another thing I'd like to incorporate is like a cart somehow, maybe not necessarily racing levels, but maybe eventually you get a cart to drive around the open world, and then there's some kind of like, flash your lights and let's race kind of things. But I really want to just take everything that Mario's done a lot well and put it in one, but also make it better. Like I'd like to include like some kind of like we have Mario Maker and it's all the 2D levels, but I'd like to see a Mario 64 type of level maker where you can make levels within Mario 3D 64 type of world. But then the the other thing that is huge in Mario is the music. So obviously you got to have like all that music that you are familiar with over the years of Mario games, but like elevated a little bit, remastered, and maybe like a little more orchestral instead of 8-bit and that type of stuff. But incorporating the 8-bit into the orchestral, I don't know, like mixing them both together so that it's a mix of old and new. But that's my ideal Mario game because I've played so many different Mario games. I'm just like, just give me like a little bit of everything and just but blend it all together so it doesn't just feel like that's what you were trying to do. That's about all that's all I got to say about that.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah. All right, sorry. PvP. I'm trying to get in the chat. PvP. That's where we're at, Trink. Sorry. We're in the PvP. Sorry. All right. So, Ghost, you have a choice. You can boost your argument, or you can boost your. But remember, you only can do one or the other.
I'll boost mine.
All right. Remember, the moment that you switch it, that's it. We only get a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
I had 3 minutes. Oops. Okay. Go.
Okay. So I mentioned that the levels would be different if whether you chose Mario or you chose Luigi. The power ups would also be different, so it wouldn't be like it wouldn't be like the same power ups either. It would be like something different. So like maybe Mario would get the fire flower and Yoshi and the star, and Luigi would get like the squirrel suit and the fire Yoshi and something else. And then you can also have the option to create like your own level with your own bosses, like using just the elements from the game. And it would be different with each one that you played, and it would take multiple hours to complete it just because it's so
And stop.
Yep.
good.
Bryce, same to you. You had the shoe. What do you
So
want to do? Boost or
boost
take down her
or-
argument? Take down her
Can I
argument.
get 1 minute?
Yep.
I'll boost it.
All right. Whenever Miss is ready.
Go.
So I'm thinking, with the RPG elements, like each character is going to have their own stats and abilities, similar like Mario Kart when you're picking a driver, but also kind of mixing things like the fire flower and the Tanuki suit to make like a flame glide where you can drop fireballs down. Um, unlock, and then also having more content constantly, coming out, updating and giving you access to different skins that throughout the different Mario's, put this skin on this Mario, that Mario, all the different types, and then even incorporating that into more like, pop culture things that are going on with different, I don't know, artists or other video game characters you can incorporate in there, like Sonic maybe or something. But and then going with the multiplayer a little bit more, adding the versus mode where there are maybe a few race custom levels, but also those old school Mario battles that you're used to on the 2D
And
platform.
stop.
All right. Miss, you got it. I went first last time. Tell us who won.
Oh,
Huh?
we're not doing questions or anything. Okay.
Oh no, we don't do questions on PvP. Remember? Yeah, we
I
don't.
think I'm gonna go with Bryce only because there is a game called Unfair Mario, and when Ghost was saying hers, that was the first thing I thought of.
Okay. All right.
Unfair Mario is different.
But it still has the trick blocks and all that.
I know it does. I
Uh,
forgot about Unfair Mario until halfway through my thing.
All
Never
right.
heard of that.
Never heard of it.
It's actually funny.
It's really good.
It's funny.
Is it a
It's a
game
bear
or-
to play.
I'm also gonna go with Bryce. I thought his was the better argument. He came up with a better style. I liked his. Once again, he just knew how to create on the fly. I want to play his game. Even though both of y'all didn't incorporate, just a plain Jane Luigi game, which is who's the better brother. But
I put Luigi in my game.
no,
I
you
think
didn't.
he means just a Luigi.
Just
game.
Luigi, just Luigi, no Mario.
Luigi's-
Because
Luigi's Shanty.
yeah, just fuck Mario because Mario's an asshole. But it's Luigi. But anyway, Bryce, you get the ultimate victory. You had to go tight. You had to go overtime, but you got it. You're going back to
Swish.
You're going to be fighting. You will be
Cha-ching.
fighting Loveless in the finals in December.
Capital L. Loveless with a capital L. He's going down.
All right, cool. I love it. I love it. So you're gonna be facing against Loveless.
You are so spicy
Yeah,
today.
you're so spicy. Yeah, I guess I'll take back all that stuff that I was talking shit about. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in my. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I meant every word. Anyway. All right. Well, with that said, people, we got done at a decent amount of time. Bryce, you first one up. Plugs.
All right. Plug him if you got him. I am just Bryce. I'm Big BS. You can find me on YouTube and Twitch under Big BS. Pretty much anywhere on the internet, Big BS. Kind of laying low lately, just playing a lot of games. Haven't really been putting much content out, but you can catch me here, obviously, when we do this show. But yeah, check me out on YouTube. I got videos there. And check me out on Twitch or YouTube. I go live on either one. So I'm multi-stream on there. So I go live about twice a week. Been doing a lot of Baldur's Gate. Finally got a gaming PC and got Baldur's Gate 3. I know you play Baldur's Gate, Max. So let's get down.
Yeah, Mac, play your favorite game.
What, Mega Man?
No,
Baldur's Gate 3.
3. That's your favorite game of all time, isn't it?
No.
It's mine, man. Honestly, I just started playing it.
You just now start playing it.
Yes, because I got a PC. Like, it didn't come out on Xbox for a while because they, couldn't put it on the Series S with the like 4-player on-screen co-op issues.
Well, I'm
scared. So like when it finally came on Xbox, it's like I just got a gaming PC about a month or two ago. I'm like, I'm just gonna get it on my PC because it's much better to play on that than an Xbox.
So yeah. Okay, cool. I don't got nothing to say about it. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3.
That's the end of my plugs. Yeah.
No. I'm just talking about Baldur's Gate 3.
Silent Hill F.
I'm scared to talk about Baldur's Gate 3 because a certain person will literally just come and, torture me. They're scary. Ghost, you're next.
You can find me here on Twitch, Ghost the Dead Girl. Sometimes I stream, not a lot anymore. Sometimes I'm on TikTok under Cornflakes Octo Rock. You can find me on Instagram there too.
I follow you on Twitch. I know that.
Okay. Well, Jonathan's in your corner. He's upset. He's upset. Fuck!
He's good.
Nah, we understand. You're passionate.
We're good.
We understand. That's what we want from Gamer Grudger. We want the eyedroppers to get passionate about this shit. Get passionate about the people that you want to win. Be passionate. And we also like it if you be passionate about me sometime when you want me to win, but that doesn't happen. This? What you got plugged?
Everything. I am everywhere. I am on GF1 Studios, I'm on DTH Games, I am on Frog Guru, and I'm occasionally on Trink Bell. Don't think I forgot about you, Trink. I always mention you in my plugs.
Yep.
I'm everywhere.
Yep. All right. I'm Mac. Come follow me at 10th Book Fan 88. Also, come follow me on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, TikTok. Go follow us there. Just look for GF1 Studios and you'll find us there. We also stream on Wednesdays. Me and Scott stream on Wednesdays. There also is a pre-recorded stream with me and Eric, which will be airing tomorrow. I have it uploaded. Everything will be done. There will also be, I have no idea what's going to happen on Tuesday, but I know that Zach will let me know. He has been streaming off, but he also will be streaming something else. I do not know what he's going to be streaming, but I'm going to ask him soon what he's going to be streaming, but he'll let me know. But he'll let the Glorious Audience know what he's going to be streaming. Also, Wednesday, we do not know what we're streaming yet on Wednesday. Scott has not told me what he's streaming on Wednesday at all. So, he's not done it yet, and I don't know yet. But anyway, we're going to know what we're going to be streaming. We'll let you know. He'll know when we're going to be streaming something, guys. So, that's the truth. All right, guys. This has been an amazing episode of Gamer Grudge. We hope you have fun. Huh? Oh. We hope all of you have fun. It's a secret. Scott, I done told you fucking several times we are not having secrets on this show because we cannot do that on Twitch because Twitch will not allow us to do that. But anyway, guys, we'll see you next time on another episode of Gamer Grudge, which will be the Halloween episode with me and Trent going at it. Ooh.
Yeah, go drink. I mean, go whoever wins. Yeah.
Go gamers.
I would say fuck off, but I don't want to say that. I'm not mean. Fuck off. I feel like what's his name off of John Wick? Fuck off. Remember your daughter. Fuck off. Anyway, guys, we'll see you next time on another episode of Gamer Grudge. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.